Anybody want any of this?
You want this?
Huh?
You die for this. You want this?
You're not so tough now, are you?
Take it, punk.
Huh?
How about you? You want
What's
this?
the matter?
You want
What's
this?
the matter?
I'm talking to you, twerp.
Check,
You want this?
You're just too
You want
dumb to
this,
talk, huh?
Yeah? This is great.
Well, hey guys, so ever since these protests have started, this morning I got up early, decided to go get me some coffee, and I always like to listen to the conservative radio, the talk shows, and I hear all these people calling in and they're all like, I can't believe people are being so mean to cops. You know, cops are just, they have such a hard job. And this is the one thing that drives me crazy. Okay, yes, being a police officer is a hard job. But I got an idea. If you can't handle being a cop, how about do something else? You know, it's like a fireman saying, oh, I have a problem with fire. Or a Navy SEAL going, are you telling me they're going to be shooting at us? You know, don't be a cop. Nobody sticks a gun to your head and says, you have to be a cop. If you don't be a cop, I'm going to kill you. There's all kinds of professions out there. You know, being a cop in the United States, here is the only place where you can be a cop without having at least a 2-year degree. As long as you were in the military, you know, you could do this and follow orders, then you can be a cop. You know, don't be one. And these cops are so, I call it the thin yellow line, because they're cowardly cops. When you're given authority, a gun, a badge, it says on your car, protect and serve, quit being a pussy. You know, they like to act like they're all tough. Ooh, I'm a cop. But they're scared. The cops are so scared. I got pulled over one time. This is how arrogant cops are. I got pulled over one time for going through a yellow light late. The cop said it turned red too fast. Whatever, who gives a shit? But when the cop came up to my car, he's like, license and insurance? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, yes, what? And I'm like, yes, sir. You know, I'm older than you. What are you freaking talking to me? Like, you know, I don't understand this thing. You know, I was always taught by my dad and my grandpa that respect is earned, not just automatically given. So just because you got a goddamn badge doesn't mean that you're freaking Jesus. So, you know, your thin yellow line, you got a freaking bulletproof vest, you got a gun, you got freaking mace, you got handcuffs, you got a billy club, you got backup, and you're still scared? Man, this is the smallest violin playing just for the fucking cops. So, next thing I want to talk about is, I see this meme going around that it says, hate cops, call a crackhead next time you're in trouble. And it's a pretty funny meme. But I'll make you a deal. Like me, I have a lot of guns. I have like 2 rifles, I have a shotgun, and I have a couple of handguns, a 45 and 2 45s and 2 9s. So I'll make a deal with you. I won't call a cop. Just make it legal if somebody messes with me that I can just shoot them with impunity like cops can. If I can just shoot people and get away with it like cops do, then you can fire all the cops. I could really care less, because really, cops giving you tickets, nobody likes that. The only thing that people like cops for, I'll tell you the only reason people like cops is when somebody is coming at you with a gun or a knife or a weapon. That's the only thing. So if they just pass a law and say, okay, now everybody who has a gun, if somebody bothers you and you feel like you're in danger, as long as they have a weapon, you can kill them and then you won't get in trouble. And then they can fire all the cops for all I care, because nobody likes stupid tickets. Nobody likes, I'm the cop crossing guard. Who gives a crap? And then I heard today on the radio they were talking about, well, you know, cops run into the heat of battle. You know, they run into places. That's your job. Don't be a cop if you don't want to run into places. You know, they were trying to compare it to the firemen that ran into 9/11. They're firemen. That's their job. Like, I would be amazed if a meter maid went running into the building. You know, I would be like, wow, that meter maid's a badass. But when I see a cop doing it, I'm like, yeah, that's what a cop's supposed to do. It's not like it's some freaking, like, seeing a double rainbow or something like that. But cops just, you know, really, you got to learn, nobody likes you. People say that they like you. The only reason people like you, like when people, like you see people on TV and radio talk about, oh, I really like cops, they're just kissing your ass because they don't want you to give them a ticket. Like, I used to listen to this radio station in Dallas where I was from, and there was this disc jockey on there. He used to always talk about how, oh, I love the cops, I love the cops. But what was funny about it is, also in his show, he would talk about how, because he loved the cops and always talked about them on his radio show, how he loved to speed to work and how he used to get pulled over the time, but when the cops found out who he was, they would just let him go. He doesn't like cops. He's just using stupid idiot cops to get off a ticket so he can drive as fast as he wants to and get away with it. So really, nobody likes you. Kids don't like you. Old people don't like you. Nobody likes you. Like, I recently had to call the cops. I was staying at a hotel and there was some drunk person running around late at night banging on the doors. So I actually had to call the cops. And then the 911 operators was like, well, when the cops get done with the person, do you want them to come talk to you? Hell no. I don't want to talk to the cops. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to look at them. I don't want them to look at me. I have no love to talk to cops. I tell you, you know something I do when I pull up next to a cop? I start picking my nose. I start doing this really good. I get in there really good. Because I'm thinking to me, if the cop looks over at me and sees me doing this, he'll be like, ugh, I don't want to pull that dude over because he probably got boogers all over his hands and he'll have to hand me his license or something. I do that on purpose because I want to have no interaction with cops. None. I don't like them. I think they suck. My uncle was a cop. He was a cop and he was a freaking Christian. Well, you know what he did? Well, the family ended up finding out. He was molesting his oldest daughter from the time she was 10 till she was 15 years old. Yay, cops. So, you know, cowardly cops, the thin yellow line. I'm glad this is happening to y'all. I'm glad people are finally taking a look and seeing how shitty cops really are. This is David, Zoe Zizzles. I don't care if you like or subscribe. Bye.